Hey Hero fans, this is Todd. So today I'm going to talk about Cringer. So in Classics, which you guys know is my favorite, we have Prince Adam, of course, and he came in the Orko package as an extra add-on. But Cringer came with his mom, Queen Marlena. Now this Cringer was kind of cool because we had a really nice cartoon Cringer face, and it was really nice to have that. But there was no articulation, and he was just a little bit too small for Prince Adam. As you can see, he goes up to about Prince Adam on his knees, and he should go up to his waist. So, a little short. So anyway, I made a video the other day, and I kept thinking about this Cringer over and over again, about how small he is and non-articulated, and it was kind of irritating me. And when we were younger, when we were kids, you would take like our Battle Cat. Here's the Battle Cat from the 80s. And you would just pull off the armor and pretend like that's Cringer underneath the armor, and just use Battle Cat with no armor as Cringer, and then put the armor on, it was Cringer. Which doesn't make a lot of sense because he doesn't look any different. He looks the same with the big old 2 sharp teeth and everything else. And the Cringer we know and love has the 1 snaggle tooth and kind of a fraidy cat looking face. So, what to do, right? Then I found out that Classics, they were going to make an articulated Cringer, but they never got around to it, and Scott Knightlick left, and that was the end of that. So it was like, oh man. So now, as you know, we have these cool Origins figures, right? And just so you can see how he fits on there, people always ask, what does the Classics figure look like on the Origins? So let's go ahead and show you really quick what it looks like. Doesn't quite fit because of loincloth and stuff, but he kind of gets on there with a little bit of force. So you can put him on there. But anyway, that's enough of that. So I was thinking about this figure, thinking, you know, I could probably turn this into a Cringer. So I started thinking about the head and stuff and how it is, and if I'd be able to take this off. So I heated the head up super hot and attempted to try to pull it off with no avail. Now you notice the head's slightly tilted. Actually, this one has a slight crack in it too. It's kind of annoying because the one I took apart did not have a crack. But I just got this one today, so I have a spare. Anyway, I eventually did get the head apart, and basically it just comes apart as 2 pieces. It's hard plastic. Hot water does not help because it is hard plastic. You just got to break it apart like a peanut. Ooh. And then after you get it apart, there we go. You can see all the pieces to it and how it connects and stuff. It's surprising what it looks like on the connection point. Basically, this piece right here and this piece right here have a piece going up inside there that lock on to these 2 spots right here and just kind of sit just right in there, and then connects to the body and then causes the thing to pivot back and forth. That's why his head pivots only this way on that joint, and then up and down on the other joint, but not up and down on this joint, only back and forth. But it does have a slight sway to it. You can kind of see how it sort of sways a little bit. Anyway, so let me go ahead and put this back together. It's like a puzzle, man. Oop. There we go. And you get these little pieces kind of caught on the side here that you got to kind of monkey with. If you are going to take it apart for painting or something else, it's really hard to get apart. I would not suggest just pulling it apart all willy-nilly just because you want to paint it or something. That's not a good plan, because it's kind of a pain to put back together. Anyway, I'll go and put this back together later. You guys kind of get the idea. So, obviously I'm using it for Classics, and you can see the size difference is quite a big difference between Classics and the Origins. And so I did want to have a little bit smaller cat for my Cringer. So I took and very carefully scanned this head in, and then I upscaled it, and then made all the attachment points to fit on to the classics, and then painted it. So here you go. Here is my cool custom Cringer from the Origins Battle Cat. Now, Cringer doesn't need quite as much articulation, so I'm okay with not doing all the crazy ankle articulation and everything else. But you can see there he's got the snaggle tooth, and yes, he is too big for Adam, but not massively too big. Better than this little one. But he is still smaller than Battle Cat, and that's the main thing that I wanted, was something smaller than Battle Cat. Now, if he rides him, it looks really ridiculous. Go, Cringer. Anyway, so there is my cool Cringer. Now, I am planning on making more, because I know people have asked for this Cringer, but I was thinking, you know what? I should just step it up and make a really cool Cringer. So there is my cool Cringer. Now I'm going to pull his head off so I can show you guys the connection. Ugh. And here's that connection piece I was telling you about. So you can kind of see how that hooks up. So I had to actually recreate that on the inside to match, so that when it goes on, it literally slides on nice and tight. There we go. It makes a nice solid connection. So now this version of the head is kind of heavy. So you can kind of see how this, not much force at all, forces it down, or it kind of sways just a little bit too easy because of the weight of the head. My next version, though, should be lighter. Oops. And so I'm hoping the next version will be a lighter version of the head. And you notice it kind of tilts to one side a little bit. I noticed a lot of them do that, even before you take them apart. It's like this one right here, you can see the head's already tilted a little bit that direction. And I might have caused a little bit of extra damage when I was trying to remove the head originally. So I may have to take this, and you can see that this piece is actually angled right there. So I may have to take and heat this up and bend it back into its original state, so that Cringer's head won't be angled to one side. But it's funny is because even the toy, his head's kind of angled, the one that came with Classics. Now this part is articulated on the Classics toy, but you got to line it up because it looks weird if you don't, because of the sculpt. Anyway, that's pretty much all that I have. Leave your questions below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this Cringer, if you're interested in getting one. Of course, it will be a little spendy because obviously I have to hand paint it, and I have to buy a Battle Cat to destroy. And of course, you never know what's going to be destroyed correctly. And then I have to actually make the heads, and then like I said, I have to print them, and they have to be sanded on the inside a little bit to fit just right after they're made. So I'm just going to start the bid for these at $1 a piece and see what they go up to. But just a heads up, I'm hoping to at least recoup all my costs and a little more. So there you go. All right, I forget who it was that was asking for a Cringer. Let me know if this will satisfy you for a Cringer or not. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you guys next video.